Let me start from the beginning. My name's Emily, I'm 28, and I've been with my fiancé, Jake, for 5 years. We met in college at Iowa State, dated through grad school, moved in together in Des Moines, and even adopted a goofy golden retriever named Buddy. You know, the kind of steady, real relationship people dream of. When he proposed last year, on a snowy evening at the state fairgrounds, down on one knee with a ring he'd saved for months to buy, I cried right there in the parking lot. It felt right. We planned a small, heartfelt wedding, 75 guests, a family-owned vineyard just outside Davenport, my mom helping with the wildflower centerpieces, and Jake's parents covering the reception dinner. Nothing flashy, just good food, country music, and people who actually knew us. But then, things got weird. Jake's mom, Barbara, has always been hands-on. Not in a sweet, let me bake you cookies way. More like a, I know what's best for your life, and your hair color, kind of way. She'd casually mention how her neighbor's daughter got married at the country club with a horse-drawn carriage, or how real Midwestern brides wear pearls, not those boho headbands. I brushed it off. Every family's got that aunt or mom, right? 2 months before the wedding, Barbara started helping. She'd call me every other day, Emily, honey, have you thought about navy instead of sage for the bridesmaids? Sage is so basic. Or, my friend Shelley's daughter does wedding cakes, why pay some stranger from Etsy? I stayed polite but firm. Thanks, Barbara, but we've got everything under control. Then came the dress drama. I found my dream gown, a simple lace A-line, at a little bridal shop in Cedar Rapids. It wasn't cheap, but it made me feel like me, calm, happy, and ready to marry the man I love. When I showed Jake's parents a photo at Sunday dinner, Barbara went quiet. Later, she pulled me aside near the garage. Sweetheart, she said, patting my arm like I'd just failed a test, that dress is cute. But for a Miller wedding? Jake's family goes back 3 generations in this county. Don't you think you should wear something more traditional? Like the gown I wore? I laughed gently. Barbara, your dress is beautiful, but it's 1984 taffeta with giant sleeves. I love you, but it's just not me. She didn't smile back. Fast forward to last week. The final seating chart meeting at their house in Bettendorf. Barbara, Jake, his dad Gary, and me around their oak kitchen table. Everything seemed fine, until Barbara slid a new printed guest list across the table. Emily, we've made a few adjustments, she said, smiling like she'd just won the church raffle. I scanned it. My stomach dropped like a rock in a well. My name was still on the program, but listed as maid of honor. And in the bride slot? Kayla. Kayla is Barbara's neighbor's daughter. A 22-year-old fitness instructor who posts gym selfies and lives in Scottsdale half the year. Jake had only met her twice, at a family barbecue and a Christmas party. But apparently, she'd been helping Barbara with wedding planning for weeks. What is this? I whispered, my voice shaking. Barbara beamed like she'd done me a favor. Kayla's been such a blessing with all this. She gets what a Miller wedding should look like. And honestly, Emily, you've seemed so overwhelmed. We thought it'd be kinder to let you step into a supporting role. You can still walk down the aisle. Just, not as the bride. I looked at Jake. He stared at his coffee mug like it held the answers to life. Jake? I said. He cleared his throat. Mom's been talking to me about it, for a while. She says Kayla's just more polished. And she knows how to talk to the right people at church events and stuff. Polished. Like I was a rusty old truck they were trading in for a shiny new SUV. I stood up so fast my chair scraped loud against the tile. You're replacing me? With Kayla? Because I didn't wear your 40-year-old dress or invite your entire bridge club? Barbara sighed like I was throwing a tantrum. It's not just that, dear. You work at that non-profit downtown, helping refugees, for heaven's sake. Kayla's family owns the Ford dealership in Moline. Think of the connections. And Jake needs a wife who can host the Rotary dinners, not whatever it is you do. Gary just nodded slowly, sipping his black coffee. And Jake? My fiancé of 5 years? He mumbled, maybe this is what's best for everyone. Mom's been real unhappy with how you've handled things. That's when it hit me. This wasn't about centerpieces or color schemes. They never saw me as Jake's partner. Just a placeholder until they found someone who fit their idea of a Miller wife. So I left that night. Packed my suitcase, loaded Buddy into the car, and drove back to my apartment in Des Moines. I texted Jake the ring was on his porch. Called the vineyard and canceled the whole thing. Now? Barbara's been blowing up my phone, you're ruining Jake's future. Kayla's devastated. Kayla. Who once asked me if Des Moines was in Wisconsin? Jake's begging me to just talk it through, like you can negotiate your way into being the bride at your own wedding. My parents are furious. My best friend Sarah says I dodged a bullet the size of a combine harvester. But part of me still wonders. Should I have tried harder to win them over? Or is it okay to refuse to marry into a family that treats you like you're optional?